And you lived through a time, the loss of a child, and
Yeah.
I'm sure that was you're just in survival mode then. But then there were other times when there was, emotional healing for the
Oh, yeah.
family and spiritual healing. So, if for our listeners, if you could just give a picture of what you'd like to share to help people look beyond mere survival mode and maybe give them a target.
I always looked at families early on in ministry and wondered when I saw something chaotic happening in their ministry, what I could do to help them. And then when we walk through the very valley of the shadow of death with the loss of a child, that was very traumatic for us as a family. And I had to learn very quickly that God is still in charge. He's the one that made that child. He's the one that took that child quickly to him without our permission, and of course without even our desire to want to have that happen.
Yeah.
But the joy of coming out on the other side of that, when another child had come into the world, and when another child after that had come into the world, and the healing that brought so much to our family. I can remember, I was telling Jonathan on the way down here that the day we came back from the hospital where our daughter had died, he was just about 3 or 4, and he looked into the back of the station wagon where we always would carry her when we went from one place to another. And he got in his little tiptoes and looked over the back of the window, and he said, "Daddy, where's my sissy?"
Yeah.
And I had to say, "Ooh, I need to get at this very quickly." And I said, "Look up to the sky, Jonathan." He says, "What?" He said, "Do you see those clouds going overhead?" He says, "Yes." And I said, "Jesus, just a few hours ago, he swooped down between those clouds. He took your sister to be with him forever." He looked at me and said, "Okay, now let's play ball." That's all that was necessary for him to reconcile the situation. And I'm happy he's never asked another question of that in all these years. Just to be solid in this, that Jesus did what was necessary to make all of that happen. So if you're in the listening audience and you're walking through some valley, just remember that that's where the rich soil is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good growth in the valleys, but you have to be patient. You can't make them turn into something nice and joyful and very beautiful very quickly.
Yeah.
But you wait, and the Lord makes it all happen.